Hey guys, Tim again, AMZ Fusion. Today let's talk about barcode scanners. So we did a thing the other day on printers. It seems like we had a few views, which is great. And so I figured we'd talk about another piece of equipment we use wholeheartedly here at our warehouse. And let's talk about why we use it and which ones we get, why we get those specific ones. And then, yeah, hopefully it'll be helpful for you. So we used barcode scanners for everything that we do in our warehouse. So we at least try to anyways. So from the beginning process, when our employees check in our inventory, we scan UPC barcodes or we scan the case barcode. And we assign these barcodes into our system, into our inventory management software. And it's really important for us to do that because we ensure that we're checking in the right product. There's no questions, there's no discrepancy. Does this UPC match this listing? Yes or no? And therefore, that's one step and one check that we don't have to worry about issues coming back from Amazon because the UPC is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we checked in product 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We also, again, like I said, we add case barcodes to our system, and we do that, and it's really important because if you sell a shampoo and a conditioner, and those products look the same on the outside, like the physical things, and the only difference is the word conditioner on one and shampoo on the other, those can be confusing. And so when we assign case barcodes and we scan these case barcodes in our receiving system, if you have one box of shampoo mixed in with your conditioners, if you scan, conditioner box 1, box 2, box 3, and all of a sudden you scan a shampoo, the system alerts you and says, hey, that's not the right product. So it's really important for us to make sure we're receiving the right products, that we're not mixing products, that we actually scan all these individual barcodes. We also scan barcodes on our prep. So if you use our FBA prep, 2D prep system, our employees actually will scan the UPCs of the individual products, or again, they can scan the case barcode, and that pulls up the product that they should be prepping. And again, so if shampoo and conditioner is on the same pallet that's going out, when they scan that UPC or scan that case barcode, it's going to pull up and make sure they prep the correct product. They don't go to the list and be like, oh yeah, it's the shampoo when they have conditioner in their hands and make the mistake. Scanning that UPC or the case barcode is so important to ensure that you have accuracy and you don't get in trouble with Amazon. So scanning barcodes is super important in our mind, and once you get used to it, guys, I really, really do recommend that you do this, especially in your wholesale operations. Oh, it's a little bit harder just because sometimes you're going to purchase products where the UPC might not match the listing. But it is a really good system to get into, guys, to check in your products with UPCs, to scan your products when you prep with UPCs, and you avoid a lot of problems in the future. So let's talk about barcode scanners. There's two major types of barcode scanners. There's the 1D barcode scanner, and then there are 2D barcode scanners. So I'll put up pictures here. The 1D barcode scanner is just that classic red line that you're going to scan your products on. You've seen this many times, I'm sure, at different places. Like if you go to Home Depot, their little scanner gun has a red line, and it scans the UPC. The 2D barcode scanners can scan these square barcodes. Do you need this? Not necessarily. For the price, you can buy basically a 2D barcode scanner for the same price as a 1D. There's almost no reason to buy a 1D barcode scanner in my mind anymore, but it's up to you. But there's a couple of types of 2D barcode scanners. There's a regular one, and then there's the other one called an Imager 2D barcode scanner. And the Imager, in my mind, is well worth its money. So it is a little bit more. And basically, it takes a picture, almost like your cell phone, of the barcode and analyzes that picture to figure out what the barcode is. So why is that better? Let me see if I can find an example. I'll try and post an example here. But when we're scanning our case barcodes, a lot of manufacturers write directly on the cardboard. Their ink is printed directly on the cardboard. And sometimes those get smudged. They're light. They're hard to read. It's on a little bit wavy cardboard. Whatever those reasons are, Imager barcode scanners are way better at analyzing those mistakes and issues than a regular 2D barcode scanner. And so when you're doing stuff, like I said, we love to scan case pack barcodes. That way we ensure the entire case is what we're thinking it is. The Imager is way better. And again, that's the only thing we would buy now. We do have a bunch of 1D ones around the warehouse just because that's what we bought originally and I didn't know any better. And they work great for standard UPCs on a product that are just the vertical lines. They work great. And so we still have them on our prep stations and they work great for UPCs. They do not work well for case barcodes though. So you really do need to watch out for that. So there's a lot of cheap brands and then there's expensive brands. What do you go with? We actually really do prefer the Zebra or Motorola ones that are used. I would rather buy a used commercial grade barcode scanner off of eBay than a $20 one off of Amazon. And again, this is just my personal preference. We've had some of the cheap ones before, just testing them out. And we found that there's cord issues where the cords start to go bad if it's a corded one. Wireless ones, if you drop them a couple of times, they break. The Zebra Motorola ones are stereotypically built like a tank. I've used them for over a dozen years in the hospital. I can't tell you the abuse of those wireless scanners that are being used in hospitals. They get dropped all the time. They're just solid. They're really solid products and they work great. They scan well. They've got great support. There's software. There's all sorts of third-party stuff. It's very easy to get the instructions on how to program these things. So, again, in our opinion, I would buy a Zebra Motorola 2D barcode scanner, Imager barcode scanner off of eBay used for about, I don't know, $75. I would buy one of those used any day over a cheap one that you found on Amazon. Will the cheap one on Amazon work? Yes, you just got to be really careful with it, be nice to it. But like I said, I would totally prefer a used commercial over one cheap one on Amazon. So hopefully that was helpful, guys. Like I said, scanning UPCs in our mind is essential for business to eliminate mistakes and prevent issues on Amazon. It also helps us with speed. On our back end, when we check in stuff, we assign a value to a case. So say something comes in a case of 12. If you scan the UPC or scan the case barcode, it automatically adds 12. So when my guys go through and they're like, oh, I have 5 cases, they scan, and all of a sudden it says, hey, there's 60 of this unit. We know all 5 cases were the exact product that we were looking for, and we have a total quantity. So they can scan 5 cases like that, and it's all checked in versus manually look at the product, make sure it's the right thing, close up the case and whatnot. It's just much faster. But hopefully that was helpful. Like I said, if you're not using UPCs, you should. Everything is basically related on Amazon side with UPCs. That's how you scan your wholesale lists. That's how you should be checking your products, really, when it comes to Amazon. So, hopefully that was helpful, guys. Like and subscribe down below. If not, we'll see you tomorrow. All right, thanks. Bye.